It wasn't just the flowers laid in Sarah Everard's memory, but the stories shared. From across the country, from all walks of life, a collective voice of outrage at male violence. And now, in a shocking revelation, one of the most senior women in British policing has added hers. Sue Fish was Chief Constable of Nottinghamshire Police. Now retired, she was a pioneer, the first to introduce misogyny as a hate crime. No wonder. She was twice assaulted in her career by senior colleagues. The second incident, several years ago, at the hands of one of the country's leading male officers.
Two of my particularly unpleasant experiences as a police officer were both subject of technically indecent assaults, both of them. And I didn't report one at all, and I did the second one.
Why did you not report the former?
I was a lot younger, felt a lot more vulnerable. There were no witnesses. It was a senior officer. He was very well liked, very well regarded. Who was going to believe me?
It's horrifying for women to have to listen to that.
It wasn't particularly nice being on the receiving end either. And it's not nice telling it again, to be honest. Yeah, it's hard.
And it still affects you. I can see and even we're speaking over this computer link, Sue.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
She's clearly not alone. Last year, the Centre for Women's Justice filed a super complaint against the police forces of England and Wales after uncovering 666 cases of domestic abuse and other assaults by male officers, including against their own colleagues. Janet, not her real name, was one of them. She reported an alleged sexual assault by a senior inspector who remains in post.
I was just told that I was a liar, that they were using his first name as though they were like his best mates, that I'd made it all up. I tried to take my own life because I just couldn't take it anymore. My whole life has been about joining the police. They were everything that I believed in, I had faith and trust in them, and they let me down. If anything like this happened to any of my friends or my family, I would tell them not to report it, because it seems to me that it's always the victim that is turned into the liar and is not believed.
Other women who've contacted Janet since have similar stories.
Who do we turn to when police are our abusers?
At no step of the way was I believed, supported, or treated with compassion or dignity.
Until the police are held to account, no woman is safe.
The UK's largest force, the Met, in particular knows it's under scrutiny like never before about how it treats women inside and outside the service. Not only has one of their own officers been charged with Sarah Everard's murder, but more than a third of the incidents reported to the Centre for Women's Justice came from that force. They insist they're making every effort to listen and to act.
Every force has a confidential reporting line, and these things are taken very seriously. And also the Inspectorate inspect our approach to what's described as abuse of authority, because to commit those offences as a police officer, if the victim is a colleague or someone outside of the service, is an abuse of their authority as a police officer.
It feels like a critical moment. For unless the women who serve in our police forces feel safe in the hands of their own colleagues, there will always be a question of whether all women, half our population, can have confidence in the police. Julie Etchingham, News at 10.